Today, Panda and I want to talk to you about the most important time management techniques and tools you can use when you work in sales and how to leverage the tools for an effective time management. This video is part of a whole series about time management for jewelry salespeople or for people who have built or tried to build or are currently building a jewelry business or a jewelry shop. You are like most salespeople, you're like more into the action, you want to talk to clients, you don't want to get the admin tasks done, etc. And you might be struggling and maybe procrastinating a bit on all the boring tasks, then this might be for you. As this is a jewelry sales training channel and I'm here to help you build your jewelry dream business or make more sales as a sales associate, sales rep, I will narrow down how you can use each and every technique that I introduced to you today to sales and how this is relevant for you in the environment of sales, and basically put it in a sales training context. So when you walk away from here, you not only know the technique, but you will also know why this is so relevant for you and how you can use it in your day-to-day life. There will also be downloadables you can go and check out on my Buy Me a Coffee page. It's completely for free. You don't have to buy me a coffee if you want to, you can do, but it's completely for free. You can simply download them so you don't even have to take notes. I try to make it as convenient for you as possible to help you save some time and make it basically ready to go. So you can find all the downloadables in the description down below, and there will be following videos that build up on what we're going to talk about today. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button and get the notification bell on so you are not going to miss out, because today we talk about the tools and techniques and I give you an overview, but we will also be using some of these techniques to be basically more efficient and effective in your sales. More on this in later videos today. Without any further ado, let's get started with the techniques and tools you can use right away to improve your time management in sales. So the first tool we are going to talk about is the Pareto principle or Pareto analysis. And this is basically the 80-20 rule. So in a nutshell, this says that 80% of the results come from 20% of your effort. So in a sales context, this is very relevant for you because you do want to know which kind of items are your top best sellers. With which kind of items, which products you're going to sell, do you make the most money? Which are their top performing items? And we're going to talk about KPIs, etc. in a later video. How can you check what kind of items you have and from which items you should get more of, and which items are basically, sorry to put it really frank, but wasting your storage space, right? So we do want to see what is basically your go-to bestsellers. Just example, reduce your product line. Which item do you necessarily need to keep because this is like your thing, right? So what is your signature piece? Why do people come to you? Same with you as a salesperson. Who are the 20% of customers you need to make a real effort with, and who do you need in order to build further up your portfolio? Who are the customers who love you, who are willing to buy, who buy from you when they need something, who come to you when they are looking for a present for someone else? Who are the 20% who are going to recommend you, etc. We are not everyone's darling, and everyone's darling, quite frankly, is no one's darling. So we want to find the 20% of people who are bringing 80% of the results. And if you have been in sales for quite a long time, you might have realized that very often the customers who are very annoying, who are complaining a lot, who are trying to decrease your prices, do not see any value in what you're doing or the products you're bringing, who are starting discussions, who are basically, sorry to be really frank today, but sorry for frank language, but the clients who are basically right from the beginning a bit of a pain in the butt. They are often not necessarily your best customers, so you can also see which kind of customers bring the biggest challenges but not bring the biggest results for you. So Pareto principle, 80-20 rule, incredibly important for you. You do want to go into your sheets, into your Excel sheets, your Xero, however you do your analytics, however you are doing the whole CRM, etc. Your bookkeeping, wherever you find the data, you do want to check on data, not your feeling, not who do you like best. No. We're going to go into data, proper analytics side, and see who are the customers that are the most relevant for you. And also maybe who are the customers that are not the best ones for you, but who would have potential. Yes, so only because they might not connect with you or might not purchase from you, do not let them fall off. Maybe you can hand them over to someone else. Maybe they're just a better fit with someone else. So also maybe see, is your portfolio the right one for you, or do you want to swap with another sales rep to see who can serve which client, which market the best. Yeah, same for the products line. These might be different products for different people. So if you have a big department, then maybe you have different sections like fine jewelry, fashion jewelry, silver, gold, whoever sells what. So you do want to do this analysis maybe for different sections depending on how big your brand is and where you're at the moment. If you're starting quite fresh, you also do want to do this Pareto principle and put it into action to see what is the best use of your time, because you have a limited time. You might not have the resources to outsource. You might also not be in the position to get someone to help you. So where is your time put best? Lean startup principle. What is the minimum thing you have to do in order to make this successful? You can put an end of life later on. So to be really strict with yourself, to see where do you put your efforts and energies in order to get the biggest results. In order to determine where to put your efforts, we're going to talk about the second technique, and this is Eisenhower matrix, or sometimes it's called priority matrix, or sometimes it's called the 4D matrix, or the urgent important matrix. And you can find a download for this one in the link down below. So it's called priority matrix in my downloadables, and you can simply go over and download it. So you have a template, you can print it, you can use it, and basically just save it onto your laptop and keep using it whenever you have to make a decision and want to see what are we going to focus on. We will talk about this technique in way more detail in the next two videos. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button to be notified also when these videos go live. So we will talk about this in more detail. To keep it short though, the priority matrix or the urgent important matrix basically helps you to make decisions and to see where should you prioritize. So you will cluster your tasks into important and urgent, important, not urgent, not important but urgent, and neither important nor urgent. So you basically have then 4 areas, and you can pop the task into each area. And depending on where the tasks land in your area, you can then decide whether this is something you should be doing. Yeah, then do it. So if it's really important and urgent, do it, get it done. Or you decide to do it and maybe you schedule it in if it's something that is important but not urgent. Or if it's something that is urgent but not important, you maybe can delegate it to someone else. Or you can simply delete tasks that are neither important nor urgent. So to get really clear on what are you doing. Very often if it's on our to-do list, we just kind of like get stuck on it and be like, oh, you have to do this. But this can help you also to really question, is this needed? What is the use of it? Why are you doing it? Are you the right person to do this? Yeah, so to really also see who might be better equipped doing this. And even if you're just starting out, being all over the place with social media might not be the best use of your time, even if it's really important, but maybe just one platform might be relevant for you. Maybe you can get someone to help you with this because maybe you are busy making jewelry and to basically creating the pieces that have to be sold. So maybe you have to get someone into a company who is selling for you. If you're in sales, then maybe you should not be creating content, long-term content. Maybe this is part of the marketing team. Maybe you just reshare the content they are producing for you and use this as a leverage for you to reach more people and create interest and content awareness or brand awareness. Yeah, so this really can help you to prioritize your work and your time. Again, more on this on later videos. You can find the link with the download below. Then we have 3 techniques that kind of like go together. And one is time blocking. To basically block out time in your calendar, visibly time where you're doing what. Yeah, so if you're on the shop floor, this might be a bit tricky because you might get interrupted by customers coming in and you might have to be flexible to see, okay, when is it really busy and when do I need to stop whatever I'm doing to serve this customer. Of course, customers do have priorities. And if you do it in an organized fashion, so basically you say, okay, the next half an hour, I'm going to concentrate on my emails. You can be way more effective rather than going and checking your emails 100 times a day, but not getting anything done and having this in your head and worrying about things, etc. If you're a creative jewelry designer, then this might be more relevant for you even because you have your times where you create, where you do your beautiful craft, but then you might have times where you want to get the bookkeeping done, where you want to create this content or find someone who does it for you, where you want to pick up the phone and see who would be able to sell the jewelry for you, maybe as a retail partner. Maybe you can sign up to a wholesaler webpage or platform where someone else can buy your jewelry as a wholesale and then sell it in their shops, etc. So all of these will take time, and to be more effective, you do not want to multitask and switch between tasks, but really get your focus onto one thing. So maybe Monday is your content day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday you create, Friday you do admin or whatever, right? So to really have this time blocked out, or to also see when do I maybe do client visits, when do I go to some fairs, when am I doing outreach if you're a sales professional. So to really have it very clear, when do I do my weekly planning, when do I plan what I'm doing, who am I calling, etc. So depending on the area of sales you're in, this might be very different. If you're, for example, in fine jewelry, you might want to book in appointments. If you have a client list, you do want to give them a call when there is a new exclusive piece coming. Maybe there is a show coming. Maybe there is an invitation waiting for them, or whatever it might be, or to give them a call for their yearly repair or checkup, a quality checkup, cleaning service, whatever it might be for the jewelry. Whatever you offer as additional customer service, these are the things where you do want a touch point with your customers. So you want to be very planful with your week, and you want to know what are you going to do in each week. So time blocking can help you by actually getting things done. Also, when are you going to meet customers for appointments? Is it better maybe during their lunchtime hours and maybe after hours? Are you going to visit customers at home? Do you bring jewelry with you? Are they coming for private appointment? Whatever it might be, right? So you do want to make sure you kind of like have a rough idea. And even if you're working on the shop floor and things get busy, or you are on a market stall, somewhere, Portobello Road or wherever, even then, there are times when it's less busy and there are times when it's more busy. So you can also then do other things and maybe get some work done, do some repairs, brush up some skills or whatever, right? So, or to polish jewelry, whatever it might be. But to do it in the times when it's not that busy, when you want to have your eyes on the jewelry and be able to talk to customers. So to be really clear, and you will learn this by being on the job for a bit longer, what is working how. So you will get some routine and some insights, etc. So even then you can do this time blocking method. As I said, the methods that I'm introducing now are kind of like linked together or go nicely with one another. So if you have some time blocked out, then there's 3 other techniques that you can use in order to even leverage more the blocked time you have. So one is the Pomodoro technique. So basically you can make the blocked out times even more efficient by setting time limits. So this could be, for example, 25 minutes or 45 minutes, depending on how much time you have, because we are thinking retail, right? Or generally some time where we might be interrupted by different things. So we want to think maybe shorter amounts of time. So it could be 20 minutes or 40 minutes. You work for this time. You might get a handy timer like this one here. I have one, and it basically visually shows you how much time you have left. And then it also does like this annoying beep. So you kind of can see visually, okay, how much time do I have left. During this time, you work very focused. So you put your phone away, maybe get a nice app on like Forest or whatever, where you get like some reward, some gamification if this is something you enjoy, and have this on the side. Again, if you're in jewelry sales, you might have to have your phone ready in order to be able to pick up a call, etc. However, even then, you could still call back. It depends a bit on what kind of business you're doing, because if you have lots of customers calling and you have clients who usually pay by phone and order by phone, then obviously the phone is really important for you. If this is not your business model, I'm sure then you can put 20 minutes aside or 40 minutes, whatever works for you, where you then focus on whatever you're doing uninterruptedly before you're getting back. In a nutshell, this will take you way shorter than if you get interrupted and have to rethink what you were doing and get back into a task. So you do this 20 or 40 minutes, as I said, keep it flexible, and then you have a deliberate break. This can be 5 minutes or let's say 10 minutes. If you do a 40 minutes work session, whatever, have a 10-minute break, and then you get back onto the task again. And by doing this, you have deliberate breaks. Maybe do a little stretch or whatever is good for you. Maybe grab a cup of coffee, some water, tea, whatever. Just have a break, a proper break. Take a deep breath and then get back onto the task. Yeah, so we want to make you more efficient by also looking after yourself. Retail can be extremely stressful if you're running around, etc. Yeah, have your breaks, do take a drink, get some water. especially with Christmas time coming up. Do get some water. Look after yourself, even if it's busy. Yeah, so we want to see how this is working. If you are employed, then the 10-minute break might not be an official break for you, but even then you might be able to check with yourself and do I need to get some water? Do I need to maybe prepare a tea? Just being able to check in with yourself. What do you need in this moment? The next technique or tool is Parkinson's law. And this ties in very nicely with the Pomodoro technique and time blocking. Because what Parkinson's law says in a nutshell is that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. And what this means is that if we have more time, we will find things to do. So we're going to rehearse, we make it more pretty, we do different things. Or maybe we just wait. If you're a procrastinator, then you might not do anything until actually the deadline time is coming up, right? So you then put yourself under stress, under pressure in order to get things done. So basically it's more efficient, and it's usually better also for the project if you have just a limited set of time put aside and then you get it done. How to get it done then is one of the next techniques and tools, and this is to eat the frog. You might have heard this if you're familiar with sales training. You might have come across Brian Tracy, and he has written a book about this, and it's basically the frog is the most ugliest task, or like the task you hate doing most. So the biggest chunk on your to-do list, the thing that you'd be like, no, I don't want to do this. Do this first, right? Then you have a big sense of accomplishment, and then you can get the other things done. There's some people think it's a good idea, some people think it's a less good idea, so I guess it depends a bit on what kind of person you are. If you need quick wins, yeah, so something that is like motivating to you, where you get a little dopamine and be like, yes, today is a good day, I achieved things, then maybe do some easy things first, but do it in a limited amount of time. Get to work, because you earn your break then. And you will have a break. You only work for 20 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever you set your time on. Do it and then come back. Also, by having a limited set of time you work, it's not as big, right? It's not a whole day. It's just 20 to 40 minutes. If you can't start, then maybe just be like, okay, I'll start this task. I try for maybe 5 minutes. And if it's not working, I try the task for 5 minutes. And if it's not working, I do something else. Usually if you do a task for 5 minutes, then you are on it and you keep doing it. So get started. So we quickly recap what we talked about, because we talked about a lot of things. You will find downloads in the link down below, so please go over and check out the downloads. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel for further videos on the topic of time management, especially the priority matrix, and how to use it to be more effective and efficient in your sales, and to really filter out which tasks you need to focus on, which are high impact revenue generating tasks for you. More on this in the next video. But today we spoke about the Pareto analysis, or the Pareto principle, 80-20 rule. We spoke about the priority matrix, the Eisenhower matrix. We talked about time blocking and why this is so relevant, to have interrupted time where you do certain things. You want to make sure everything is scheduled in that needs to be scheduled in. So you do want to make sure everything is in your calendar when you plan your week. If you want a video on how to plan effectively your week and maybe set targets, etc. for a week, a month, a year, let me know. I have planned already a video on KPIs, key performance indicators, so if you want anything more on this and how to do the planning, maybe especially if you're a small jewelry creator or a small jewelry business entrepreneur, then do let me know. I'm happy to do this. But yeah, just let me know. Then we spoke about Parkinson's law, that how long time we have available, that this can basically determine how much we procrastinate. We spoke about the Pomodoro technique, to work, have a break, work, have a break, and we spoke about eating that frog. And please do let me know which one of the tips you found the most helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Take care.